Hello everybody, my name is Pradip Sedhai. My MIT ID is MIT170356. I'm recording this video for my assignment purpose for System Management MN506. Um, and in this video, I'm installing two software analyzing tool for Linux operating system, and I'm analyzing the features and the usability of those tools in terms of system administrative perspectives. This is the outline of my assignment presentation. In this presentation or presentative video, I am explaining the purpose of the presentation, that is why I am doing this presentation, what is the purpose. Secondly, I am explaining in detail the demonstration of Linux operating system monitoring tools, which includes PowerTop and NMod. Thirdly, I am comparing the tools in details in terms of system administrative view, how it is usable for system administration and so on. Fourthly, I'm giving the summary of my experience of using these tools, and lastly the conclusion of this presentation. To go to PowerTop, we type sudo apt.get install PowerTop, and when you do that, you can see the PowerTop is already getting installed in the computer. And then again, if you type in terminal about sudo PowerTop, it will take you to the PowerTop homepage, where you can see the different category in overview. So PowerTop is a terminal-based diagnosis tool for Linux operating system developed by Intel. This tool helps you to monitor power usage by program running on a Linux system. It is also provide an iterative mode to allow a system administrator to experiment with different power management settings. It will give you the idea of usage, events, category, and description in different segments, which will interlink to each other to overall power consumption checking. In this screen, you can see how much of power is being used by what events, and what those events is linked to what category of processors, and it will describe you, and in description it will give you where and what kind of processes is happening. In ideal state, it will give you the various information about processors, ideal states, and components, what C components, and how much of power is used by those components in processing. In frequency stat, it will give you CPU and how frequently CPU is used by different processors. In device state, it will give you what devices and their uses in terms of processing, such as central processing unit, USB core processing, and so on. It will give you the overview of displaying screen for devices only, and what amount of power is being used. Tunable screen provides information for operating your system for good power consumption. It will compare the optimization of power in terms of bad and good, and it will tell system administrator to optimize the power so that the lifespan of the operating system or process can be increased from bad condition to good condition. In this video, I'll show you how optimization of power can be done in terminal by typing the command in terminal, so that the optimization of power can be done. So we can go to terminal again, and in terminal, to change the bad condition to good, we have to type the command apt sudo apt auto tune, and then again in there we can type sudo power top double dash auto tune. And again, if you type in terminal about sudo power top, will it will go to the home page again. And if you go to tunable screen, there you can see the condition of the power is being optimized right in the screen. As in the screen, you can see the condition is being optimized from bad to good, and the lifespan of is increased. For Anmon again installation, again we can go to Kali Linux terminal, and in terminal, if somebody type um, sudo, we can go there. So Nmon is a computer program system and monitoring tool for Linux operating system. This tool helps to provide information about performance for system administrator. It will work on terminal session to see the performance data directly on the screen and update every second. If you type in terminal sudo and type apt get install, it will install Nmon. It will show the installation of Nmon, and if you again type um, in terminal about sudo Nmon, it will take you to the Nmon home screen page as shown in the video. Um, so Nmon is outputting data on the screen using CPU impact, and this gives the summary of CPU utilization, memory usage, kernel statistics, input output rates, network data transfer rate, and so on. So so this is also a very useful system monitoring tool for system administrator to see about CPU utilization, memory usage, kernel, and so on. Now in the screen, if you can see CPU utilization by different processors. One of the CPU is used, one CPU is there, and there is varieties of users percentage, the waiting factor, and how much of processing is being idle at the given time by different processors at that time. So to go to CPU, you can type C. For memory, you can type M, and you can see the total amount of memory, RAM memory, and swap space, I memory and low memory in the system. It will give you the free memory percentage and free memory space in RAM, and swap space for the operating system. For resources allocation on Linux and processor, you can type R, and you can see Linux version, Linux built-in model, release model, what version of operating system you're using, what are the name, and so on. For this, I'm using Kali 264-bit developed by Kali.org. I'm using Debian 7.3.0.11 kernel version, and it is SMP Debian resources for this operating system that is being currently used. And for lastly, for virtualization memory usage mode, we can type uh, V, and it will show you burst mode, which will give you the idea about how much of memory and CPU and resources is being used by virtual machine on that operating system at that time. As shown in the video right now, it is showing the virtual burst mode, which is the virtual memory usage mode in the operating system at that time. So overall, um, Nmon is also a very useful system monitoring tool to have the idea about power performance management and monitoring, and to get the idea about the power performance management in the system, how the system administrator can manage the different performance by different monitoring settings. This is the comparison of operating system monitoring tools. Firstly, the PowerTalk. It is useful to system administrator mainly as power optimization tool. It helps to keep the information about power usage by programs running in Linux operating system. It was initially developed by Intel, and it is based on terminal diagnosis tool. It provides an iterative mode for different power management setting. That means a system administrator can use different power management settings at the same time to optimize the power. It gives an overview of uses as idle stat, frequency stat, device stat, and turnable screens. Secondly, the tool that monitors the Linux operating system is NMON, and it is useful to system administrator to take the information on CPU utilization, memory usage, resources allocation, and um, resources monitoring and management, virtual memory monitoring and management. This tool is mainly used for performance monitoring and management, and um, this also is terminal-based Linux diagnosis tool, which is developed by IBM. Thus, to conclude this video, I'm explaining my experience of how I find these tools and what are the usabilities and what are the difficulties. Firstly, to operate these operating systems and monitoring tools, we have to download the VirtualBox, and on that you need an image, and the image could not be compatible to your computer hardware and CPU and um, processors limit processors specifications. So that could be a challenge, and which we have faced during this assignment. But by overcoming and troubleshooting those steps, we have installed this in our personal computer, and then we demonstrate out of an monitoring tools in terminal, in VirtualBox, in Kali Linux operating system. So the limitation could be quite challenging, but overall experience of using part of an N1 is good and it's fulfilling. By using these software monitoring tools, we have analyzed how the power of our operating system can be monitored and optimized from good level to bad level, and how it can be backup, how it can be used properly in a proper way, and how the lifespan of the battery could be increased. Whereas by using NMON monitoring tool, we have analyzed how the performance can be monitored and managed, how the CPU's performance could be optimized, and how memory and resources and virtualization of the operating system could be managed and optimized accordingly. So overall, my experience of using these tools are good, and I have learned so much from this assignment. So at the end, thank you for you guys for your time, and I hope you guys have a good luck referencing this video.